Hello, welcome to the episode of Motoring Middle East. Today we're checking out the updated Honda CR-V. So this is what's called a mid-life cycle update. Basically when the car is about halfway through its overall journey, they toss a few things in, freshen up the styling and so on. And as you can see, it's got a new front face, which is sort of more stormtrooper-y. It's got a blacked out grille. It's quite stylish, and they've changed this bit here. You can see it's a bit more blocky. I like it. Prices haven't really changed that much. It's 92,000 dirhams starting to 122,900 for this full touring model. There are a few other goodies which have thrown in as well, which are quite nice. Under the hood, it's the same Earth Dream engines, 2.4 litres, 188 horsepower, CVT gearbox. Really, there's nothing to complain about because the CR-V was such a good car. Off the bat, it's done everything really well, and adding more stuff to it only makes it better. So, CR-V, what's new? Well, straight off the bat, you can notice got this much nicer, sexier headlights up front. They got a new design, very, very stylish. The grills blacked out, make it more like that stormtrooper look that seems to be in fashion, especially with this, it's almost panda eyes. It's got this stormtrooper thing going with the white and the black, like the new stormtroopers I'm talking about from the new movies. And of course, blockier front lower grills. Obviously, these have LEDs now because everything has to have LEDs. It's quite a nice looking car. Oh, and it's got this sensor here, I think, for distance park. Let's go around to the back and see what we've got. I think the one thing that you're going to notice straight away, which is a nice convenience feature, here's the key. I'm going to show it to you right now. Here's the key, and it's got a hands-free tailgate. By the way, I should point out it's not one of those silly things that I don't like, which is when you wave your foot around underneath. That never works. I've never seen a car where it works properly. This is a proper power tailgate on a CR-V. Oh, and it's now actually, I don't know if you can see it up here, it's actually adjustable height. So you can set the height on it. So that's a nice button. It may not seem like much, but the person who owns this TR-V, they'll notice the difference because they're probably going a lot of shopping, and this makes their life easier. Handsome looking car, isn't it? I like the tail lights. They remind me very much of the Civic Type R, which is an amazing car. We've also got new designs, this kind of 5-spoke pseudo design for the 18-inch wheels, which ride pretty well, wrapped on Hankook tires. That's about it. What's the inside like? What's new in the inside of the Civic? Well, they've redesigned the center cubby. Let's see if I can find it. There we go. Enough to hold my glasses case. I love the pseudo wood trim accents. Actually look quite nice. 2 spaces for 2 cup holders. And this slides back and forth. It's a nice armrest, actually very comfy. Flips up. And in there you've got a secondary thing that also slides. Oh, very clever. I didn't even notice this was there. A secondary sliding bin. And of course, 8 flips. Oh, that's pretty clever. Honda wins the bin wars, if you ask me. Eat that, RAV4. That's so cool. I really like that. And up here is the thing that you probably noticed. QI charger, which you can switch on and off. You've got 2 USB ports pretty accessible easily. This one is just for charging, because it says so. It is 1 amp charging. And this one is for connecting your smartphone. Quite handy. I haven't tried the Qi charger, but I imagine it's quite good. Obviously, don't keep any hot objects there like keys. Other than that, pretty straightforward. I'm not going to run through it, but you've got CarPlay and Android Auto on the center screen. This is actually the car for all seasons and all reasons. There's nothing it doesn't have that it doesn't need and that you won't appreciate. Let's see what it's like on the road. So what's the CR-V like to drive? The Qi charger, by the way, great idea. I like that it's switchable because I don't have to leave it on if it's not using anything. It's a CR-V. I feel the previous gen was a little bit more exciting, a little bit more handling focused, but then you don't need a handling CR-V. You just need something that's easy to drive. This one's a bit softer sprung, the idea being that it'll be more comfortable more of the time. It's got big, fat, wide 18-inch wheels, 235 millimeters wide. I think they give it a good loping ride, but they do soften up the handling. The steering's a bit slower as well and all of that. Not necessarily a bad thing. My other criticisms are system here is a little slow to respond to your inputs sometimes, so now I'll turn the fan up. Then I'm going to press a button. Also, I'm going to press a separate button for climate control. What's up with that? But overall, it's okay. If you use CarPlay, you won't have any problem at all. And this course has standard CarPlay, standard Android Auto. Performance, not much of it, but it's fine. The CVT is okay. It gets it out of the way. I mean, this is a torquey engine, so it performs much better than the Civic 1.6 I drove recently. But it's fine, even that was fine. This is fine. It's just not exciting. I prefer the old automatics, but the fuel economy gains are hard to deny. You're talking about 6.8 liters per 100 from this car, which is really good. I mean, the 1.6 wasn't doing this well. So on the highway, this is a very economical car. A very comfortable, economical car. You've got great visibility. Everything falls neatly to hand. The seat's pretty comfortable. This, just the king right now is that you can keep this here. Sorry for that sharp noise, but it's a good car. And it's a kind of car that people don't give, I'll slide this back so it doesn't cover up the mic, that people don't give enough credit. The thing about the CRV, people are like, oh, well, it's a bit boring, isn't it? Yeah, but when you need a car that works and that gets you places and does things and is just a beast at being your car, it's a CRV. That's what it is. Yes, the RAV4 is also there, and I think those two are like locked in mortal combat. But nothing else is as good as these cars. I mean, the Koreans are there, but they don't feel as nice or well made. I mean, I love the steering wheel. This is a brand new car, so admittedly everything's great, but the leather is buttery soft. It just feels well made. I have no complaints about this car. None really. I'd like it to be faster, I'd like it to handle better, but that wouldn't be a CRV anymore. It would be something else. And I think Honda have nailed it. I can see the desert there, and I can pretty much just lope along it. That's the other thing about CRV. They've got surprisingly good off-road ability. Handling's fine. Good enough. That's what it needs to be. So people underestimate these cars. They take them at their face value and go, well, shouldn't I get something more exciting? No, you don't. You need a CRV. I feel like a CRV salesperson. But I really like these cars. And you know how I can prove that I really like these cars? I've had one since 2013. Yes, I have a Honda CRV and it has never let me down. It's been a great, great car. Love it to bits. So on that positive bombshell, I don't think there's much else you can say. I mean, they've made it better. They've added a few nice things like the CarPlay and Auto, which I really like. Updated screens. It's a good car, but better. Everybody should have one. And in the real world, it's sort of the Range Rover of the people. You know, people who have Range Rovers buy them because it's the best thing for every situation. You can turn up at a hotel, Range Rover. Turn up in the desert, Range Rover. You need to carry stuff in your family, Range Rover. And for poorer people's a bit harsh. Cost-conscious people. But yeah, it is a lot cheaper. It's fine. I think the 122,900 for the touring is a bit on the expensive side, so one grade lower is the way you want to be going. But then again, top-end RAV4 is about the same price, and I don't think that's worth the money either. So go one grade down. You don't need the leather. You probably don't need all the sunroof and all that stuff. I don't care. I never use my sunroof. And this is at 120. Just effortlessly gets up to speed. I passed a big truck. It's not noisy. It's not wearing. It's just a good car. And on that, I shall leave you. Thanks for watching. This is Imthishan, Motoring Middle East. Tell me what you want to see reviewed next.